Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of It's Bigger Than Business. We're going to start 2023 off. How you doing today, Aaron?
Doing good, Manny. I'm happy to join you during the holiday week. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays, everyone. So, Aaron, would love if you introduce yourself to the audience. You and I met actually virtually, everyone. So we've never met anyone or each other yet in person. But would love if you give yourself an introduction to the community.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Manny. I appreciate you bringing me on your podcast. So I'm Aaron Bylund. I'm one of the co-founders of Soon. We are a crypto-focused consumer product. We automate crypto for everybody, make it super easy and simple. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to do any research. You don't have to know anything. There's no speculating on the market. Everything's automated and easy. And we bring money and earnings back into your bank account weekly, so you can go live your life. That's the goal. I've been working on this for a while. I've had a career in marketing and communications and corporate strategy, but my passion has always been to go and start a business. And so I've poured a lot of my time and energy, and my family has sacrificed a lot so I can do this. So yeah, I'm on a path to try to build a company that helps a lot of people, and I think we're well on our way.
No, I love that. I love that. I think there's a quote that I read recently about entrepreneurship, that it's tough. You're gonna need help, and sometimes no one cares. You know, so I can definitely understand you talk about sacrifice. So, just where are you based right now in the world?
So I live in Utah. I live
Utah.
here in the mountains, just south of Salt Lake City. We got a lot of fresh snow this morning. So yeah, we love it over here. We call it Silicon Slopes. We've got a
Yes.
pretty strong tech community out here. A lot of people don't know this, but we have a really strong tech community. Some very good companies. We have a really high unicorn rate in Utah. So for the
Wow.
amount of companies that actually get, I think it's actually the highest. The amount of companies that actually get funded to the percentage that become unicorns, we're right up there at the highest. So
Wow.
we have some good talent out here, some really creative minds, and a strong community.
Wow. So what do you think makes the community there in Silicon Slopes so special?
I think that the culture here is very entrepreneurial, very much, work hard, don't expect anything from anybody, create your own future and your own path, and use your community and build things together, take risks. It's just kind of in the fiber of our culture here in Utah.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of resources as well. The economy is strong here. It's a
Yep.
very business-friendly state from a tax perspective, a lot of different things. And there's a lot of people that are interested in technology, and they're just passionate about it. There's a lot of really good developer talent out here as well. So I think there's a number of things, but we love to build tech out here in Utah, and there's some great companies that have done really well.
Love it. So were you born in Utah, or how long have you been there?
I was born in San Diego, and lived there for a couple months, but I've been in Utah basically for the rest of my life. Yeah.
That's
So I love
cool.
it.
That is cool. So you're a true Silicon Slopes baby.
That's right. That's right.
So have you been introduced to, when did you get introduced to tech and entrepreneurship?
Oh man, I mean, when I was a kid, my dad was a big Apple fan, a big Steve Jobs fan. And so whenever Apple had an event, and he worked at this local Mac store. They would resell Mac, and so they would have parties every time there was like a Steve Jobs thing. And so he would bring me to those parties.
Yeah.
And he got computers in front of us for as early as he could have. And so I just enjoyed it, and I really kind of leaned more towards the creative side. So I did a lot of graphic design early on, and then still do through my career. And I think I started to really look at the world. My dad also pushed me into entrepreneurship. So we had some little family home businesses that we would do. We would sell some knickknacks like at fairs and different things, and we would go door to door and try to sell them. Like we're always trying to find ways to make extra money. And so I think I learned early on that, it's better to control your own destiny and to own it. Like, and this is where I kind of, as I in my careers, I started to progress. Like my last business, I worked for an international company, publicly traded, and they're making billions of dollars every year, and they're kind of shuffling some scraps off the table to me. And it's a nice, I'm getting a nice salary, whatever. Like it's comfortable for me and my family, but it's like I look at the owners of the company, and they're the ones that are getting everything. So I kind of I didn't want to be a laborer in the vineyard, so to speak, and just eat the apple fell off the tree. I wanted to own the vineyard and the majority of the harvest to come to me. And I think that, I want to control my destiny. I want to be able to be impactful to my family, my extended family, but also to the community. And really to be able to do that, you need capital. That's one of the big things, or at least it helps a lot. And so I think I've always had this drive to kind of push there. And as I was getting into my career, I'm watching what's happening in the tech space. And it's like, man, this is the place to go, because you can get higher valuations. You could exit faster. You can basically generate more wealth. You can create more value for the communities. You can hire more people into your business. It's just everything happens faster in tech. Companies come from zero to scale very, very quickly. And so time is precious to me. And I saw tech as the place to be if I wanted to have a broad impact, benefit myself and my family and the world around me, and do it very quickly.
Yeah, no, I could 100% agree with where you're coming from. And I personally got introduced to tech, I would say probably about 10 years ago. I'm 34 now. And and when I say introduce, just really understanding my impact at a company, similar experience where I was working for a private company, and the founder had sold a company prior to that. And I was in the sales department, and it was like a boiler room type situation. If you haven't seen Boiler Room, audience, it's essentially, a room full of 40 or so salespeople, all working on the same thing. So we're all hearing each other's calls. It's a loud stock room type environment. And pretty much after about 6 months, I started to be one of the top performers there, and the owner would take us out. We would take out the top performer every month. And in that, probably the third meeting, I kind of worked up enough courage to ask him, how did he become so successful? Sure enough, he's a software developer. Sure enough, he built the website, the intake form. He managed the lead buying process. He knew everything about the demographic of the customer that we were all comfortable in talking about. He knew the debt amount that we felt comfortable handing. So he told me so much in one meeting that I literally did not believe him. And I basically forced him to show me the back end from a programming perspective, and blew my mind, and he literally showed me, how much deal flow or the deal amount that I brought in. And, he probably showed me too much, because it kind of made me feel like, okay, you know what, I could do this. And I ended up still working for him for another 2 years until, I felt, that I had a good enough skill set. Right. And that's the thing about entrepreneurship, right? I think it's a skill set that you learn. And so I said all that to say that, I think we met in a venture capital kind of capacity where, you're a founder, I'm in the VC space as well. But one of the things that, that I think is really awesome that from your experience standpoint, is that you've went through Y Combinator, which is, a lot of people consider, probably the top accelerators in the world. So maybe if you could tell, the audience or the community about that experience and how that's been able to help your business. And I would love to ask you some crypto questions as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, Y Combinator was a transformative experience for us. We exited a completely different business. We started with an idea as we were coming in, and we exited doing a different product. Our culture looked different internally. Our approach to the business looked different. And honestly, what it required was for us to be humble and for us to admit that we didn't know what we were doing in a lot of ways, and to just listen and trust what Y Combinator was telling us. And I think, we needed it. We needed a group like Y Combinator to tell us, like, in some ways we had some instincts that we felt like we probably should be doing this, but there was our team didn't agree necessarily. Some people felt like one way or another, and some of our instincts were correct and some of them were wrong. And so it helped us to be like, well, yeah, we should trust that. These are the other things that we're doing. They don't work. Y Combinator has seen thousands of companies and they know what works. And so we got to humble ourselves, and we pivoted our company. We shifted our approach. We changed our risk tolerance. We changed the way that we were approaching solving problems internally. We became more disciplined in terms of our adherence to the correct principles in the way that you approach a business. Like, for example, not being perfectionists with our product, like just getting something out, being okay with releasing a product that's broken, but doing iterative cycles and getting customer feedback as fast as we possibly can. Like those core principles that have to do with building a business that we weren't doing a good job at. And, getting into Y Combinator really helped us to be like, okay, yeah, we really need to take this more seriously. Like this isn't just like some nice, advice that people give you every once in a while. And this is life or death. Our business will literally die if we don't accept these things, humble ourselves, and start building our business in the way that actually works according to the people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think for us, it was really, I feel fortunate that we got into Y Combinator and had that experience earlier this year. It set us in a better path. Since then, we've been able to, we had never released a product to customers, and we've been able to release product. We've been able to acquire revenue, and to provide value for a lot of people. And we just last week actually announced that we are now in public. We're still out of private beta. Our waitlist has been turned off, so anybody can come and join, download the app in either the Google Play or the Apple App Stores.
Yes.
And we would not be here if we had not made that shift back in like April, May of earlier this year.
I love that. And tell everyone the website listening right now.
Yeah, so it's soon.app, soon.app. Or you can just go to the app stores on the iOS app store, search for like Soon Crypto or Soon Invest. On the Google Play Store, just search for Soon. We'll pop right up.
Love it. Love it. So I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the accelerators. I've met several founders that are living all over the world. Really, I think that's another thing that's really incredible about it, the reach and the impact that Y Combinator has had. So you said several things throughout that I think is just very important for founders, right? Just having, that humility, knowing that the advice that you're getting is from people that have done that, being able to receive that information. And I think that's what really Pivot is, right? It's not going in there having a clear mindset of your customer and what they want, right? But being open to others that service more, right? So collaborate and elevate, that's really one of the principles as well too, from finding investors, from getting connected to information, getting connected to mentors. That's really all collaborate and elevate is about, in terms of our community, but just also the energy that we want to put out there. So I really appreciate you joining and sharing your story with us. So in terms of crypto, I think I'll address the elephant in the room, right? And just personally, I am an early adopter in crypto, and I do understand the benefits and the impact that blockchain can have around the world. I'm a first generation American. My parents are from St. Lucia, so I've had to use Western Union my whole life. Why don't you kind of tell, a little bit about the crypto journey, or just more about right now with the market where it is right now? What kind of challenges do you see in terms of onboarding, or are you seeing that the community is more receptive and they're looking for these type of solutions? Would love to kind of hear what you're seeing, and how you're looking at 2023.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So one of the Y Combinator's mantra is make something people want. Okay. And I think that was part of our transition and our transformation, that we needed to not stop thinking about what we wanted or we thought, like, but focus in on what the world actually really needs, where the actual pain points are. And in the crypto space, like, there's a lot of pain. There's legitimate pain. There's a lot of reasons why people, it's like 80+% of Americans have never invested in crypto. So it's the vast majority. So we still have a lot. We're still early days, but the reasons they aren't investing is because it's complicated. It's really technical. There's a high learning curve when you get in. It's volatile, especially recently, right? It's all over the place, and also there's bad players out there who mess up things for everybody else. There's scams. So there's legitimate reasons why people are not getting involved in crypto. And so we decided to go and tackle those challenges. We wanted to make it easier for people, so they don't have to spend hours researching crypto, and they don't so that people don't have to get stuck in the emotional roller coaster of the ups and downs of the market. Because bad investing decisions often come from emotions connected to the volatility cycles that happen in the markets. Fear, FUD, FOMO, panic, greed, all those kinds of things that drive our human emotions. So we built a product that is intended to solve those problems for people. So we're creating a layer of separation between the customer and the markets. So you aren't constantly checking the markets and worried about it. You find out about the transactions after the fact. So with Soon, we're automating the investment process. We do something called dollar cost averaging. So we're taking a certain amount, say it's $300 a month. We're going to do $10 a day into our portfolio. Okay. So we just, over 30 days. So we just do the same amount every day. Really simple. You don't have to worry about it. It's a set portfolio, so you don't have to decide what to invest in. But then you connect your spending accounts, so your debit cards, your credit cards, and we get securely notified when you spend. So you buy a $5 cup of coffee. Within a few hours, we find out about the transaction, and then we will sell up to $5 of your highest performing crypto gains. So we're automating the sell, we're automating the buy, but also the sell. So we take your earnings and then we send them back to your bank account every week. We're taking those earnings that we just sold, and basically you're getting reimbursed for your purchases, for your daily spending, and that money's flowing right back into your bank account. So it's kind of taking a chunk of your cash flow, carving it out, growing it, and then sending it right back into your bank account. So you have more spending, more buying power. You have more money in your bank accounts in the near term to choose what you want to do with it. You have more financial choice, and you didn't have to worry about all the things that are going on. And the cool thing is our algorithm is actually designed to function based on short-term volatility. So even if the market is going down, it doesn't move in a straight line. So it kind of goes like this, right? You have little dips and valleys and bumps as you from week to week. You have this is a great thing about crypto, and that works really well with our algorithm. So you're gonna see a 5 or 10% increase every other week, even though there may be a drop right after. So we're buying on the little drops, and then we're selling as it pops back up. So we're aggressively getting in and out of the market as fast as we can, kind of utilizing or taking advantage of the volatility in a positive way as much as is possible. And then we're tracking all the taxes and everything on the back end. We'll give you a document at the end of the year to file your taxes, and we set aside a portion of your earnings in something we call tax stash, and that's the money that you can take and for capital gains taxes at the end of the year. So we do all the calculations for you. We set aside all the money for you for taxes. We help you to file your taxes. We send the money back to your bank account in the near term. So it's not 5 or 10 years out. It's next week. You're going to start getting those payouts. Our users on average start taking earnings within about 10 days of their first investment. So the money just starts kind of flowing through. And the whole goal here is to help people build their wealth, to help people accomplish their life goals faster, and to make it easy, just super, super simple and easy. So all the pain points, we're not going to, we have no connection to FTX or any of the crypto contagion. All of our wallets are held one-to-one. We don't have any offshore, entities, anything like that. It's all US based, all regulated, all the licensing and everything. We very much take care of those issues, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, am I getting involved in an exchange that's going to run away with my money? We're not leveraging your money. We're not taking your money. We're not pulling it out of your wallets. Like, you ultimately have control of your wallet as a consumer. So I feel like our approach is really good, and we've had a good reception so far. People feel like what we're doing solves the problems for the most part. I mean, we can't solve every problem. There's still going to be some losses as with everything, but we're able to produce generally positive returns. Like for the past, during the market downturn, we've been doing around 9% returns for our users on their exited assets, even while the market's dropping. So we're trying to solve these problems. There are other people that are doing a good job of solving some of those problems, but I feel like we have a good solution that solves maybe more broadly more of the problems for the everyday consumer, for people who have been in crypto, and for people who want to try it out for the first time. Soon is a really good option.
Yeah, congrats. I think it's an incredible product that you're building, and especially if you look at the last year in crypto, right? I mean, I think this would have helped a lot of people get rid of losses. And also too, it's the education, right? We're many of us are active, we're busy, we see that, hey, this is something someone told us, or we saw it was trending on Twitter, right? There's a lot of speculative buying, right? So I think a tool like this is absolutely needed. So congratulations, and I'm excited to see this continue to progress, and I'm going to download my app, and hopefully you can help me recoup some of my losses in crypto, because the last year has not been good. Any closing thoughts?
I just appreciate you letting us jump on. Again, it's soon.app. We'd really appreciate it if you jump on and use the app to send us some feedback, share with us how we're doing, because we know that we have a lot we can improve on. We really appreciate when people tell us, even if it's like, hey, we hated this part, or this part sucked. Well, that's okay. We want to get the feedback. We want the positive feedback as well. But yeah, we want to serve you. We want to help people. Because it's a crazy world out there. There's a lot of people that are struggling. There's a lot of people that are hurting, and we're hopeful that we can help people.
Absolutely. Soon.app. Everyone, make sure you go download. Thank you, Aaron, for joining, and have a great day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Manny.